Hey everybody, it's Eric from epautos.com, your Libertarian Car Guy, and I'm doing a walk around here of the 2015 Subaru Forester. It is a very popular vehicle in its class. It's not one that turns a lot of heads, but Subaru sure sells a bunch of these things, and probably the chief reason why they do sell a bunch of these things is that it's one of the few, I think the only, compact crossovers that comes standard with all-wheel drive. In other models like the Ford Escape and the Honda CR-V, even the Jeep Cherokee, it's available, but it's optional. And the interesting thing is that Subaru will sell you the all-wheel drive base-trimmed version of the Forester for less than these competitors charge for the front-wheel drive equipped versions of their models. Something else, you can get a manual transmission in this, at least with the base engine, the 2.5-liter engine. And that's extremely unusual. Most of the vehicles in this class are now automatic only, either a conventional automatic or a CVT automatic. So that's pretty neat. Also, of course, Subarus are the only vehicles on the market right now, other than Porsches, that have a boxer engine. Let me show you what I mean by that. A boxer engine, that's just kind of slang car vernacular for an engine that's laying flat. Up the hood here. On its side, or actually flat, not on its side, just flat, rather than upright. Hard to do this with the two hands. Anyways, you can see, okay, it's a 4-cylinder engine, and you've got 2 cylinders here, 2 cylinders here, so these 2 cylinders are boxing, they're opposites, across a common crankshaft, and the advantage of that is that the engine sits really low down in the car, which aids the center of gravity, gets the center of gravity down, which helps the handling of the car. And it also helps with traction because it distributes the weight more advantageously. Another little detail that I'd like to show you before I close the hood here is look at where the oil filter is. And this is something that Subaru does with all of its cars right now. And that's super handy. There you go. You don't need any tools. You can just put your paw on that filter. And assuming the guy who put it on before didn't over-tighten it, you should be able to just remove it by hand. And it's got this nice little well here to catch the drippage. So you hardly need any tools to change the oil on this thing. The battery also isn't tucked in a way that makes it difficult to get in or out. They've done a really good job as far as modern cars go to make the vehicle serviceable. Now, some other things about this Forester that are cool and that are not immediately obvious in looking at it. It looks kind of nondescript. It doesn't look much different than a lot of other crossovers like the CR-V. It has a tremendous amount of cargo capacity. It has significantly more than just about every other vehicle in this class. And because it's got a higher roof line, about 2 inches higher than some of the others, it's more usable. You've got nearly 80 cubic feet of interior volume here. And to give you some idea of just how much that is, you'll notice that my truck that's usually in these videos is gone. I'll explain why that happened later. But anyway, I needed to get a sheet of drywall, a full sheet of drywall down from Lowe's. And while it wasn't able to get in all the way and get the lift gate closed, I was able to get it in probably 2/3 of the way with about that much hanging out and diagonally installed. Not ideal, but feasible. I was able to actually get home a sheet of drywall in this Forester. Something else too, it's not immediately noticeable, but is very helpful. Look at how wide these doors open. Virtually 90 degrees open. Now in most vehicles, the door will open something like that, or like that. This opens almost exactly 90 degrees, which really maximizes the access here as you get inside of the car. And of course these fold down like they do in a lot of other vehicles. But something that's cool too, and I'll see if I can show you this. See the theater style mounting? The pad on the second row is actually higher than the first row, and what that does is give people in the back a better perspective. They can see around them. They don't feel like they're stuck down in a well. Let's see. The last thing that I wanted to mention here in this video is that you can also get the Forester packaged as a kind of WRX on the down low. You can replace the 2.5-liter engine, which is more of an economy-oriented engine, with a 2.0 turbo engine, 250 horsepower, and it'll get the Forester to 60 in just over 6 seconds flat, which makes it one of the quickest vehicles in the class. Can't get it with the manual transmission, unfortunately. Subaru only pairs it with a performance-tuned version of the CVT automatic. But nonetheless, It's very WRX-esque performance in a package that is very subtle and runs under the radar. And I've found, I've been doing this for 20 years, so just give you a tip that if you want a performance car and you actually want to use its performance and not end up paying thousands of dollars a year for insurance or spending nights in the hotel gray bar, what you want is a fast car that nobody notices, and particularly cops. And if you get pulled over for speeding in a car like this, it's much easier to feign the innocent citizen who didn't realize how fast he was going. You can't do that in something like the WRX. I love the WRX, but not only are you more likely to get pulled when driving a WRX, even if you're only going 5 over the limit, if you do get pulled, you're going to get crucified, and that's the reality. Cops are merciless to obvious offenders like the WRX, so it's just a reality. Anyway, the full review is up at epautos.com, and please stop by and take a look. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what you think, and thanks for viewing, and we will catch up with you the next time.